fat. Okay, so first thing when I recommend to anyone who's trying to lose body fat or cutting or shredding, however you want to put it, is you need to be at a calorie deficit, right? So that means you are burning more calories than you are consuming each day, right? Now, the reason I title this how to lose body fat and not how to lose weight is because I'm trying to preserve as much muscle as I can. You know, if you want to just lose weight, it's a lot simpler than losing body fat, right? And when you lose body fat, your weight's going to go down too. But the idea is that you're trying to keep and hold on to as much muscle as you possibly can. So when I'm cutting, when I'm trying to lose body fat, my protein intake goes up, my carb intake goes down. That's for me and for my body. That's because when I'm trying to put on weight or in a homeostasis state, I'm eating a ton of carbs, right? And so it's easy for me to cut those out and try to lose some weight that way instead of cutting out my fats or my protein. So yeah, my protein actually goes up when I'm trying to lose body fat. Protein is very thermogenic when you consume it. It's low in calories depending where you're getting it from. So if you're eating lean meats, like I am, fish, pretty much 90% of my protein comes from fish, or chicken or turkey, or some lean red meats if you want. But yeah, protein intake goes up, carb intake goes down. I still try to lift super heavy in the gym, right? As heavy as I'm comfortable lifting. I'm still trying to get blood flow in there, right? Time under tension. We talk about that all the time on this channel. It's so important. So important. You know, I think time under tension is even more important than lifting heavy, right? But the reason we lift heavy is because we're trying to hold on to as much muscle as we can. And when you lift heavy, your body says it needs that, right? It needs that muscle to continue lifting at that weight. So it tries to preserve that muscle instead of just burning it right off. You know, a lot of people will come to me and ask about, you know, abs and how to lose belly fat. And, you know, there's a lot of gimmicky stuff out there. I'm not crazy about any of it. I think, you know, and science has kind of shown that if you want to lose body fat, you got to lose it everywhere, right? You got to lose it from all over your body. And unfortunately, the belly for men, you know, hips, upper thighs for women, is generally the first place body fat gets stored and the last place it gets burned off. So, you know, you can work some abs if that makes you feel better. You might tighten things up a little bit, right? I like working abs. I don't work abs when I'm bulking because I'm not trying to grow my abs. I'm just trying to, you know, get them to show, sculpt them out. And so when I'm cutting, I'll throw in like an ab day, right? You know, I don't want big blocky abs. I'm trying to keep the waist small, right? That's aesthetics, right? Big on top and then come down small. So, you know, if you do abdominal exercises, I don't recommend you ever using weights to do them. Use your body weight. You know, that's more than enough. And let diet do the work, you know. I also throw in cardio when I'm trying to lose body fat. My cardio is minimal when I'm bulking for obvious reasons. You're going to burn more calories the more cardio you do. And then it goes up when I'm cutting. So, yeah, I think, you know, losing body fat is an art, right? You know, you're really trying to sculpt out your body. You're really trying to hold on to as much muscle as you can while still losing weight. And you know, that's the idea. That's the idea, and that's what makes it hard. You know, if you're just trying to lose weight on the scale, like I said, just being in a calorie deficit will do that for you. If you're trying to lose weight, lose fat, but hold on to your muscle, it gets a little more tricky. The overall concept is still the same. Got to be in a calorie deficit. You got to make sure the calories you are getting are, you know, nutrient dense, you know, meaning there's a lot of nutrients in them despite their calories being low. So yeah, I'll do abs when I'm cutting, shredding up. I'll do cardio, and my carbs come down. Right, I'm not doing ketogenics or any of those type of diets. I still eat relatively high carbs, but they come down when I'm trying to lose weight, and my protein intake goes up. And again, that's just to kind of reassure that I'm going to hold on to as much muscle as I can. Now, you're not going to hold on to all of it. You know, us natties, you know, the ones that have done cuts and bulks before, we know how this works. You know, there's kind of a saying, I don't know who's credited for saying it, but, you know, be swole, shredded, or natural, and you can pick two, right? So if natural is automatically one of your choices, you're going to either be natty and shredded or natty and swole. And if you're swole, you're not going to be shredded. And if you're shredded, you probably aren't going to be that swole. It's funny, in the summer when I'm cutting and I have clothes on, I don't even look like I lift weights. You know, it's not till the clothes come off that, you know, it looks like I have muscle, right? And bulking, it's the exact opposite. I'll look super big in a t-shirt. But when I take the clothes off, I'm pretty soft looking. Don't have the definition, don't have the lines, don't have the striations in the muscles. So yeah, it's something you got to play with. Don't get caught up in, like, you know, the lotions and some of this belly fat spot reduction stuff. I don't think that stuff's worth your money. If you have money you want to spend on like supplements or stuff, make sure you're getting like a good protein, you know, protein powder. I always recommend plant protein powders over the wheys. I'm not saying there isn't high quality whey protein out there. There definitely is, but some of that is pretty junky, and some of the plant protein is junky too. You know, you kind of have to look at what you're getting, where it's sourced, stuff like that. But for me personally, the plant protein, although it tastes way worse, feels much better on my GI, on my digestive tract. I feel like I'm absorbing it much better than the whey and casein, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, losing belly fat, losing body fat in general is, this in simplest terms, just being in a calorie deficit, right? So calorie deficit, upping your protein, lowering your calories from other sources, and really just trying to get nutrient dense foods. That's so important. So, you know, I could eat a bunch of diet foods and, you know, stuff like that, but they don't have any nutrients in them, so I'm still going to be hungry. As opposed to if I eat a lot of, you know, fruits, veggies, meats, I'm getting a lot of nutrients here, okay? I also recommend a multivitamin as another supplement, especially if you're cutting. If you're bulking, you probably don't need one if you're eating enough fruits and veggies every day and getting your meats in and stuff. But if you're cutting weight and you're already reducing that, I think a multivitamin can do wonders, right? Just to keep your micronutrients in line where they need to be. Yeah, lifting heavy in the gym, throw in some cardio. You know, don't go crazy with the cardio. You know, cardio is catabolic, meaning it burns weight. It doesn't just know to burn fat. It can burn muscle as well. So just trying to find a balance with things, right? So yeah, I'm not big on the stuff that claims that it can reduce belly fat specifically. You're gonna lose fat all over your body. You know, most likely all over your body before you lose it on your belly. It's just kind of the way it goes, at least for me. I know the belly fat doesn't come off till I'm pretty deep in my cut, but I know this process, so I trust this process, and you should trust the process too, right? Never drop your calories so low quickly either. You know, do it baby steps is my opinion. You know, drop them by 100, 200 calories, you know, for a couple weeks, you know, every day, have it be in that much of a deficit, and then you can tinker it from there. But yeah, dropping your calories too much too fast is another way for us natties to lose the muscle that we build so, you know, it takes so long to build up. You know, losing weight is a lot quicker. You know, burning muscle is a lot quicker than it is building it. So you want to try to hold on to everything that you built as much as you can, right? And honestly, I'd stay in a bulking phase forever if I didn't get so fluffy, right? I personally don't like being too fluffy, so I'd say, you know, fall, winter, you know, even into the spring, I'm bulking, and then end of spring, middle of spring, I'll shred up, cut up, lose weight for spring and summer, right? So I try to make my cut not too much of a chunk of time, right? Because you don't want to be in a deficit for too long. But I'm doing it gradually. So cardio starts gradually and then goes up and up and up, and the diet starts gradually and goes down and down and down. And then the weightlifting, I do the same, right? I try to do the same. You're not going to be able to have as much intensity or maybe even as much volume when you're lifting in a calorie deficit as opposed to a surplus for obvious reasons. But that doesn't mean you can't still lift heavy, and really try to keep the weights, the amount of weight that you're doing around the same as when you're bulking. You're not going to make strength gains, right? You're not going to have that number go up necessarily. You might still, but try to keep it at as close to what it was when you were bulking. And then if it goes down, which it more than likely will, try to make it go down as minimal as possible. So yeah, that's it, you know. For getting the waist smaller, I think, you know, diet is a huge part of it. Stomach vacuums, you know, which I can show you guys in another video what those are, or you can Google them. Stomach vacuums are great. Again, they're just kind of tightening things, but everybody has abs. Everybody. It's just most people have a layer of body fat over those abs. So the trick is to get rid of that body fat that's covering them, and you know, you'll look like a Greek statue. So